Good morning, everyone. I'm Tabitha with Tabs on Tap. Just joining you this morning from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. I know I'm probably not going to have a very good signal, so I thought I would just put out what I can while I can. So just bear with me for a few moments. I was going to have Colonel Joe Adams join us this morning. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have a good enough Wi-Fi signal to do that. It is such a beautiful area out here in Georgia. As many of you know, I am out here with it'll probably fully in the end will all sort itself out. But if not, then I'll do a different type of recording later and just post that online. As you can probably see, if you can see around me, I am sitting in the upstairs of a log cabin. Again, I'm up here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. And this is such a beautiful cabin. Unfortunately, though, there's no cell phone signal here. The Wi-Fi is spotty at best. And I don't know what you guys are going to see or not see, but I wanted to at least come on and talk a little bit about what I'm doing here. Most of you already know. I would really love it if some of you would come out and join us because we certainly do need the help, not only here in the great state of Georgia, but we need help in all of these states across the United States, battleground states, the states where we're really fighting to turn them from blue to red. And Georgia's no different than so many other of these battleground states or so many different places. Like Illinois. Illinois should be a red state. There's no question about it. Illinois should be a red state. Outside of the city of Chicago, the vast majority of Illinoisans absolutely are supporters of Donald Trump. No question about it. Here in Georgia, it is exactly the same. I'm making my way through, various counties around the state of Georgia, door knocking, canvassing. We're averaging a couple hundred houses a day, I believe is what it seems like the average might be. We're going out for about 8 to 9 hours each day and knocking on doors, handing out flyers, talking to people about the issues that matter most to them. And overwhelmingly, nothing I don't think here would surprise any of you. Overwhelmingly, we come up to people's doors and they say, "Hey, good morning, Peggy." And the people tell us, "Oh, you don't have to even ask us." They say, "We don't even need a flyer. We don't even need to talk about it. We are already committed to Donald Trump. We are already committed." And to me, it's so important because this is what America is, right? Yes, we have big cities, we have suburbs, we have all of these different areas in and around the United States. But I'm telling you, these people here in Georgia, they are fully committed to Donald Trump. Good morning, Robert. And Cindy Roberts says, same with Michigan, Detroit, and Wayne County makes us purple. I wish we had a state electoral college. Trust me, things need to change. I don't want to go back. I know we can't go back and change the Constitution, but there are a lot of things that certainly do need to change because I don't think it's right that the majority of people, and good morning, Tammy and Jerry. I don't think it's right that the majority of people in this country are Republican or at least conservative or at least independent or someone that does not want the Obama slash Biden slash Harris slash Walls regime. And we make our way around again for my signal. If any of you weren't here at the beginning of my little excerpt slash show here, it's not going to be a very long one. I am, again, I'm in a log cabin. You guys can probably see it. There's actually a wooden beam right here next to my head, and I'm upstairs. And this is a beautiful cabin, by the way. I wish I could show it all to you, and hopefully I will before I leave here. But I'm in the mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia. I'm here with, again, Patriot Grassroots with America Pack. We're going door to door. My son is here with me. This cabin, it has a basement I can't wait to show you guys this cabin when I leave for safety reasons, not because you guys are dangerous, but some of you may know my life almost ended in a very similar cabin in 2019. So I'm a little paranoid about safety and security. But I'm here. It's a beautiful cabin. I'm gonna give you guys some information about this cabin when I leave. But the Wi-Fi is terrible. There's no cell phone signal here. As a matter of fact, anywhere in these Blue Ridge Mountain area, I have no cell phone signal at all, pretty much anywhere I travel. If I go into Blairsville, I have a little bit of a signal in some areas, so it's really hard to go out and canvas. Good morning, Amy. Whenever I don't have a cell phone signal, and my son's signal is a little bit worse than mine. But here at this cabin, we do have Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi is extremely spotty. And spotty's at best. I can't even believe I've gotten this much out. I really wanted to have Colonel Joe Adams come on this morning, but I didn't want to aggravate him by coming on and having to deal with my ridiculous internet signal. So we're going to talk to Colonel Joe Adams and get something worked out. I'm going to be checking out of this cabin on Saturday, and I'm going to find somewhere that has a really good internet signal, cell signal, Wi-Fi, something, just something. Robert says the 17th Amendment ruined the United States. Direct election of senators to represent the state is travesty. States should be appointing the state's federal representation in Washington, D.C. We have to make changes because this is what America is about. I'm going to these places here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia, and I've been to some amazing suburbs when I was out in Ringgold before I came here to I'm in Union County, Georgia now. And again, I told you guys the other day, I was going to some homes, multi-million dollar homes in Ringgold, Georgia. Beautiful, beautiful subdivisions up in the mountains there. And these people overwhelmingly Trump, Trump, Trump. People tell me everywhere I go, this is Trump country. You don't even have to come door to door because you have our vote. This is Trump country. It's amazing to me that everywhere I go, everyone says, "Oh, this is Trump country." Okay, then why is Georgia a blue state? It makes no sense to me. We've got to make changes. And yes, Robert, we have to make changes. And of course there's today, but I obviously I'm starting, my signals going in and out, so I'm going to quit blabbering and kind of make it as brief as I can. I just want to make sure people know that through my travels here in Georgia, overwhelmingly, this is Trump country. There's no question about it. We have gone into what some people think of Appalachian hollers. There was a couple areas we drove into and we stopped before we went up into these little roads in the mountains and we're like, should we really do this? Do we really want to go up this road? And now if there's a no trespassing sign, we honor the no trespassing sign, of course. But if there's not a no trespassing sign, then you know what? We go for it because these are Americans. I don't care if you live in a little holler. I don't care if you live in the city or down some old just country road. You're American and your vote counts. So we go into these places, and yesterday we went into one little area. It was a little tiny road, and thank God I have a Jeep because when we were heading into this little area, I thought, man, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get out of here. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn around. We ended up making our way down there, and there's a lot of people in our country who really have a hard time financially, no question about it. We came down and there was these two three little houses, and you could tell these people probably had a pretty tough go. And we were a little nervous to say the least, but we stopped and we're like, you know what, we're here with good intentions. We're going to do what we have to do to get the vote out for Donald Trump. And as we pulled in, of course, a woman came out and she's looking at us like, what are you doing out here by my home, way out in the middle of nowhere up in the mountains, of course, here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And as soon as I showed her the flyer, and I tried to lead with my flyer that has Donald Trump's photo on it, and then she had a big smile on her face and she said, "Hey, again, you don't have to come here. This is Trump country. You don't have to even ask me about Trump. You don't have to show me that flyer. He's got our vote." And I asked her, "Are you going to get out and vote?" And she said, "Yes, we are dedicated. We are going to go out. We're going to cast our vote." And, some of the scariest places we've been out here, as soon as we start talking about Donald Trump, everybody's face just lights up. I would say throughout my trip so far, and I mean, out of all the hundreds of doors we've knocked on, I would say maybe 4 people have stated that they were gonna vote for Harris. 4 out of the hundreds, that's it. We're seeing 0 Harris signs up here in Union County. I haven't even seen 1, and we've made our way. Up here, it's all mountain roads. There aren't really a lot of absolutely beautiful. I think the mountain air is getting to me. And let's see here. I know I So I apologize for that. I don't know what to do to fix it. Again, I'm going to be leaving this cabin on Saturday. I'm going to be heading somewhere. I'm going to call ahead of time, make sure that they have a good Wi-Fi signal because I want to keep everybody up to date with what's going on out here. I'm still keeping up with the news. We're going out, we're canvassing, like I said, 8 to 9 hours a day. I'm actually running late right now. I'm waiting for my son to get up. He was up a little bit late last night sitting out on the deck. So he should be up any moment. We're going to get going and start knocking on some doors again today. I don't know how long we're going to be here. We're committed. We're here till the end. When that end is, I don't know. Is it going to be November 5th, November 8th? When the votes are all counted, I don't know. But if you want to come out, you want to join us, all you have to do is go to a website called Turnout the Vote for Trump. Or I keep saying that, but it's actually turnout for Trump. You would think I would get it straight since I'm here. Turnoutfortrump.com. Come out and join us. And you don't have to come here to. Good morning, Philip. Um, Thank you for your comment about Donald Trump. So you, Philip, unfortunately, are in the minority. You're in the minority because the majority in this country, I don't care what state you're in, supports Donald Trump. It's just a fact. It's an obvious fact, and it's more obvious to me every single day, every day. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't have any way to get rid of. Do I? Oh yeah, actually I do. So it's easy to get rid of. Even on my cell phone, it's easy to get rid of trolls. You guys probably can't see his comment because he's on YouTube. Anyway, talking to people. Good morning, Todd from Springfield, Illinois. Right, not well, if I was home, you'd be pretty darn close to my house. And let's see here. Cal, I'm sorry, but after the original colonies of the United States was saved by my ancestors when they were dying from their own disease, we saved them. This is so crazy. I'm not sure what you mean, Cal. If you're talking about Native Americans, I actually have Native American ancestry. As a matter of fact, when I first came here to Union County, Georgia. Good morning, Linda. On my drive here, we went through a, a Cherokee National Park, I believe what it was called, and that really meant something to me because some of my ancestors are Cherokee. And so I thought that was kind of interesting that at one point some of my ancestors had actually come from and lived in that area. But I'm glad that Cal brought up the point of Native Americans because it's something I thought about when I was driving through Cherokee National Park on my way here to Union County, is that there was a time here in the United States, of course, where, well, connection coming. Sorry about this crazy connection. What I was talking about is how when on my way here, I was driving through Cherokee National Park. And as I did, I was thinking about the thousands of Native Americans that used to be here in the United States. Of course, they were here, they were original. This is their land that we all live on. And what happened? The government came through, and what did they do? They took the land from them and they replaced the Native Americans with all of us, right? With literally with immigrants, people coming in to these lands who were from other places, people who came in and brought their own culture and their own disease and did things very different than the Native Americans did. And Allison says, my grandmother was on the Cherokee Dawes roll. I'm a proud Cherokee. That's amazing, Allison. Yeah, my grandmother on my mother's side, and my grandfather, my grandfather on my mother's side, was Native American, and the same on my mother's father's side. So both maternal and paternal on my mother's side were Cherokee. And so that's very important to me. And it does mean a lot because back then, again, this country was Native American. We all came in, immigrants from all across the world, and took over these lands. And it's happening again. It's happening again. Good morning, Annette. Because now we have people coming in from China, from Africa, from Central America, you name it, Egypt. They're coming in from everywhere. And now what's happening is that they are once again the government changing the it's hard to say and it's hard to even think about, and you guys hopefully understand what I'm saying, but they are once again trying to change the demographics of our country, and they want to replace us all with these illegals that are crossing into our country, who are coming in, who have different cultural beliefs than we do, different religious religion beliefs. There's a lot going on in our country right now, and we are once again, I call it the great replacement theory, where at one time, again, this country was full of Native Americans. We replaced them, our government replaced them, and they're doing the same thing now. They want us out. We will be the next group of people who are heading off to concentration camps or uh, different areas where we're segregated to ourselves. Don't think it can't happen. Good morning, Elizabeth, and good morning, Colonel Joe Adams. Don't think it can't happen here in again in the United States, because trust me, they are replacing us. Why? I don't even fully 100% understand myself. I think it's because we don't really matter. We've all gotten self-involved. We all work. We all want to live a good life. We all want to bring. No, if it crazy phone, crazy Wi-Fi signal. I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes because I think my son's up and we're already late. We're supposed to be out canvassing at 8 a.m. And on my time, it's already 8:22. I let him sleep in a little bit this morning because we have been working long, hard days. But again, it's the replacement theory. They are replacing us. You guys know they're replacing us. They just want worker bees, people who are going to go out and do the work for cheap while they all get wealthier. I think we all know that. So we're on the way out, they're on the way in. And it's not going to change. I wish I could show you guys videos and different things like I normally do on the show. I don't have time to do that, but I've been sharing a lot of things to my Telegram, the Tabs on Tap Telegram page. And on there, I'm seeing all these attacks in New York. Have you seen this in New York City? Of course, we know there's thousands of illegals in New York City. And just yesterday I saw a woman, I can't recall her age. She was an elderly woman, and one of these illegals just came up behind her and punched her. She's out walking her dogs and punched her in the head and knocked her out. And I'm seeing all of these, all of course the crime waves. And I saw another video of an illegal in Central Park capturing pigeons and tearing the pigeon's feathers out while it was alive. It doesn't mean that these people are bad people, but it does mean that they're not assimilated to our culture. We don't go to New York City and capture pigeons and defeather them right in the middle of the city and take them home or out to the park or wherever these people are going and cook them. We don't do that here in the United States. And a couple people we've run into while we're out canvassing and door knocking have said that, oh, Trump's so extreme. This isn't true about the animals. And, now the Haitians are fearing for their lives. And these are just people who don't understand what's really going on, is all it is, because it is actually happening. It's not just about Springfield, Ohio. It's happening all across the United States. So don't think that it's not. And anyway, I wish I could leave you guys with a little bit more. I just want to let you guys know more than anything today that we are here. We're doing our best to get out the vote for Donald Trump in Georgia. Again, out in Union County, Georgia, the Blue Ridge Mountains, and overwhelmingly knocking on these doors for Patriot Grassroots for America PAC. Elon Musk, as you guys know, put in, he pledged, I think it was $37 million per month to add to America PAC. And I'm telling you, he's very hands-on. He is right in the mix. He knows exactly what's going on. He keeps tabs on what's going on. So don't think that he's not in it for the right reasons, because he certainly is. And, everywhere we go, again, people tell us this is Trump country, Trump country. And I'm going to keep losing my signal, so I might as well just go now. But we're going to get a better signal. We're going to get Joe Adams, Colonel Joe Adams, to join us again. And I'm going to keep updating everyone what's happening here out on the road, as my son and I make our way through Georgia, turning out the vote for Donald Trump. Again, I talked about it for years, that we all have to get out. We all have to do something to support this country. We have to stand up and take a stand. And so many of us are complacent, including myself, talk about it, but don't actually do anything. And so I just decided again that it's kind of funny on this, the way my camera set up, my hands look giant. Definitely need to get a better setup. Um, I finally decided, hey, I've got to do something in person. I'm going to get up. I'm going to join turnout for Trump. And I did. And here I am. And my son's here with me. We're going to be giving updates from the road. Hopefully, I'll have a better internet signal soon. It's distracting because on my end, it keeps saying reconnecting, reconnecting, reconnecting. So I don't even know what you guys can and can't hear. But hopefully, we'll have a little bit more of a normal show as the days go on. And I have a little bit better of an internet connection. Even some Wi-Fi would help, because we have nothing, no cell phone signal at all out here in the mountains. It's pretty crazy, but we're here. We're going to get out the vote for Donald Trump, and we are going to turn Georgia blue. Ah, that's what they think, right? They're going to lie, steal, and cheat to get it blue, but it's not going to happen with us here. We are finally going to see a day when Georgia turns red. It is. We're going to win the state. Elizabeth, what time are you on? We're on Eastern time here. Robert said it's not that bad. Oh, well, thank you, Robert, because it seems like the signal is really bad for me here. Thank you, Annette. I will be on in some capacity again tomorrow morning, now that I have my setup somewhat done. And I hope you guys all have a really great day. And I apologize for my signal. Again, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I talked to you guys about what's going on, and I will look forward to talking to you